shape.
Well, you're like, meh, and it's like, bitch, like pizza size. Do you know pizza size?
What's pizza
Are
size?
you too busy like Costco pizzas? Like no, like
No, like a fuck.
you keep doing it, and then you realize maybe a 24-inch pizza is a little much.
Like, listen, Cross ExAnime, episode 71.
Whoa.
What did you say?
Whoa.
Oh, they said something else. I was like, what the fuck did you just say? Try not to swear in the first 10 seconds. Maybe I'll just censor myself out on that. Mm-hmm. Hey, we're talking about the B list on there. We have My Dress Up Darling, which, And then we have, what's the other one that's really shitty? Oh, yeah, Strongest Age with the Weakest Crest, which we took a look at the manga at the store today, and the manga's way better. Sabikui. Yeah. Are we sure that's how you say it?
Yes.
Bisco on there. And then Akebi's sailor uniform.
It's going to be episodes 5, 6, and 7 of each.
Is it?
Yes.
I just assume you're right.
Yes. Because we watched 4 episodes last time.
Do you want to talk about My Dress Up Darling?
I mean, we're both going to talk about My Dress Up Darling.
Listen, man, I'm not saying The Sims came out, but holy fucking shit. Favorite meme? Did you see it on the Reddit?
Oh, the eye thing?
Which one? No, it's the guy with the tape measure.
Oh.
He's like, nice. That's pretty big. And then it gets to the other girl. I don't remember her name. He's like, click, 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 click. It's all right.
Yeah.
Yo, Goju finally saw... listen, man, Goju has seen some titties, and he saw some... What? Gojo?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gojo has seen some titties, and he's seen some vagina for the first time in his life. And people
apparently in the manga, by the way, that scene, though, that towel is more to the side. So you...
Oh, really? Yeah. So, good job, Japan, censoring that. I mean, like, honestly, good job. I don't need lewd. I have my harem, whatever, World's End and harem. There we go. I was about to say my harem darling. I was like, that is not the show. Oh, by the way, there's a Hina doll thing going on here in Des Moines. Not this Saturday, the Saturday after.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. I'm trying to see if I can get that day off. That'd be pretty cool to go see that. Not that I'm going to be able to see it. I guarantee you I'm not going to get that day off because it's a Saturday. But if I did, it'd be pretty cool. Now, I don't know if this Hina doll thing just randomly popped up at the same time by coincidence, or someone saw My Dress Up Darling and saw an opportunity to be potentially getting people.
Probably convenient. Like coincidence.
Coincidence on there?
Yeah.
I don't know. My Dress Up Darling has been pretty good this season.
Mm-hmm.
Animation quality's been pretty good. Everything's just been pretty good.
Yeah.
Except our girl. She's not doing too good in that suit.
No.
That woman is dying.
Cosplay outfit. A little too warm.
Listen, Goju is great at making it. He's like, oh.
Gojo.
What?
Gojo.
What did I just say?
Goju.
Gojo, whatever the fuck.
It's not hard.
I'm pretty sure at one point she said Goju as a joke, and that's just whatever, Gojo. What do you have turn your computer real quick? Do you have the names right in front of you? Because that's cheating. I feel like you just clicked away. Huh?
But she also calls him
that's cheating.
Gojo every episode.
You can't listen. I'm doing this without looking at my notes, huh? Huh?
Well, you're making poor decisions. Then
Fuck
how about that?
No, but it was pretty like. I'm pretty sure I wrote my notes at one point. It's like, thank God no one was walking by in the steps when he's patting her back. She's like, ugh. It's like, well, hold the phone. Hold up. It sounds like you two are getting pretty frisky at an anime convention.
There's nothing inappropriate going on. Nothing inappropriate.
Did you see the Horimiya? Did you see the Horimiya cosplay?
Yeah. There
was Horimiya. There was a. Sorry, I keep yawning because I'm like talking without breathing. But then there was also one of the characters, one of the big guy taking the photo originally, looks exactly like our Rudis from Mushoku Tensei before he's sent to the other world. I don't know if that was just they were trying to make some fat, generic looking like anime dude, but it looked a lot like him. There was one more. I don't remember what it was because I was trying to see in the background. Oh, 86. 86 was there as well. I mean, if it wasn't 86, I'd be very surprised. But 86, Horimiya, and then Mushoku Tensei. So it's kind of cool to see they actually put some references in from just the last season, which is pretty spot on.
Yeah. They, oh, man.
It's pretty accurate for a convention if you've never been to one.
Yeah. She's also quickly kind of fallen head over heels because near the end of that episode, he's exhausted on a train. He's like, "Oh, you look very beautiful," and then passes out. And immediately she recognizes where and like
he only says things are beautiful if they are truly beautiful. That woman is in love. Fucking go.
Yeah, she's in love. And
no, she's not in love. She's in love.
Love.
So fucking dumb.
The subtitles were pretty
spot on.
Yeah, pretty good. The
difference.
Last 2 episodes, because at one point she like does the freak out thing, and it's like keyboard mash. Keyboard mash.
I even wrote down what she said. She was like, no, it was actually. Oh my god, there were so many funny things that happened just in episode 5. Like episode 5, which is fucking hilarious the entire time. Like one of my favorite parts is like he's like, oh yeah, I could have modified this and that, but then she's like, looks like I'm better than everybody else because I got the big boobies. And I'm like, really?
Yeah, the boob bag was too perfect.
Yeah, the boob bag was too perfect on that. Well, she did wear. Didn't she wear an extra bra?
She wore like two.
Yeah, she wore like 2 bras and then she wore like an extra pair of pants or whatever.
Yeah, shorts. So that way it wasn't too revealing.
I never looked up to see what it said, the tattoo on the inside of her legs. It said something, but I don't remember what it was. Someone wrote it down once. But
yeah, I'm not sure what that was.
It said something.
I wouldn't believe it's a tattoo. I think she just wrote on with like marker.
No, she did. Yeah, it said something, but I saw it on Reddit the day it came out, but I forgot to write down what it was. If you want to look it up. But dude, the last couple episodes have just been on point. But the best part, one of the better parts, I shouldn't say the best part because I say it for everything, was when Grandpa finally finds out, like, oh, you have a friend. Oh, thank God. I thought this was something else. And then just the connect between him and his grandpa going like, I see you put a lot of effort into that. It looks very nice. It's like almost perfect. He's like, well, Gramps, you can see it's not perfect because I almost use glue here instead of actually sewing it. Gramps is like, no, you're doing a good job. It's like Hina dolls, but bigger, which is what, he said when he went to go do it on there. Are you still looking it up or did you find it?
Apparently she like kind of went all out and it's supposed to be the characters number of times like in the show would have had sex, which is 17. Not her specifically, but it's meant to be the cosplay character. Accurate.
Oh,
which is
she went
an
all
extra
out on
attention to detail that is kind of not necessary.
Yeah, it's like we didn't need that. Also, I feel like there was an extremely unnecessary amount of panty shots in the show. Like when they're sitting in bed and she's in her panties. I'm like, come on, I want her to be pure. She's just like, their love is so pure right now, Justus. You don't understand how pure it is. It's like, not like Akebi sailor uniform. She's like, her ass makes this sound. Fucking smacks her. No, but oh my God, she sucks at cooking food.
Yes.
She cooks like we do.
I mean, I know how to cook.
I mean, what have you cooked in the last week?
Nothing. But that doesn't mean I don't know how to cook. What have you cooked in the last week?
I made myself a pizza. From actual scratch. It wasn't that good. Listen.
Like, what do you mean by actual scratch?
Like I made the dough.
I made the dough and flour. Everything.
Yeah, I did like the dough and everything with it. It wasn't that good because, listen, the cheese in the fridge. Listen, I may or may not be lactose intolerant. I don't know yet. Listen, I just know that cheese in it settled well with me. I used all the cheese and threw the bag. I don't know if the cheese was bad because apparently there was one bag of bad cheese and one bag of good cheese, and I was told the good cheese was left in and the bad cheese was thrown away. I did not double check.
Okay.
To be fair, it's a pizza, though. It's pretty fucking easy, so it's not like anything special. It's not like making ramen or anything from scratch.
But I was asking because it's like, oh, yeah, I made a pizza. It's like, okay, did you just go like buy the dough, buy a can of marinara and some cheese and pepper?
Buy the dough? What?
Yeah. You can buy
pre-made dough. Oh, I know what you mean. You're talking about the thing that comes in the actual like. You're talking about like the round, like basically like Lunchable type looking thing, where it's like a big bag of. Wait, you can buy just like straight up just like pre-made pizza dough and like a.
Yeah, it's slightly like cooked already, and it's already in the shape of.
That's what I'm
like
talking
regular.
about. The one that's already in the shape.
Well, you're like, meh, and it's like, bitch, like pizza size. Do you know pizza size?
What's pizza
Are
size?
you too busy like Costco pizzas? Like no, like.
No, like a fuck.
You keep doing it, and then you realize maybe a 24-inch pizza is a little much.
Listen, when you're at Costco and they got 18-inch pizzas, like you got to.
That's still more than 18 inches.
This ain't more than 18 inches.
It is too.
How long is this? How long is here to here? We're gonna measure afterwards. Are you gonna get your app out to measure?
Yeah.
Listen, fuck you. This isn't about me. This is about you.
Fat man overestimates sizes. Too used to his proportions.
Oh man, maybe this will be the opener to the show. There. Oh, did you get a measurement? How long is it?
From here to there.
No, it was like here to like here.
That was not you.
It was like to this and this.
You would have done like this.
It would have been like this.
That is a standard pizza size that you just did, and you went from here to
Well, I'm not.
which was not the correct scale.
I'm not gonna be like, oh,
You
I
shortened.
I'm not gonna be able to go out in the car and be like, oh, I gotta measure this out, make sure.
No,
Listen.
but I'm just saying, like where you started with, and when you moved your hands, you definitely
Okay, so
shrunk it.
Justus's pizza that he gets is like
From here to here is 17.
It's from like here to here.
Huh?
Oh, that's 17.
From there to there. But what I'm saying
That's
is,
a Costco pizza, 18.
but what I'm saying is when you started here and then you moved, going from here and then you shrunk your hand closer.
It's like that. It's like this. I went like.
You went,
Listen, this isn't about me anymore. This is. I'm innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. Play the tape back. Maybe I'll actually animate. The 18.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. No, but we found out her meal she makes. What was it? It was like. She takes like instant ramen or instant noodle.
Has fried rice, some like
hot dogs from the convenience store.
Bento.
Yeah, she like all convenience stores. She's like, I can cook, and that's when Gojo's like,
you should. The grandpa's like, you should eat here from now on.
Yeah.
Like, are you sure?
He's like, yes. You need to eat here more often. Oh my god.
We did get introduced to a new character.
What's her name? I'm up there.
Sajina. She, what is it? Jara is her nickname. It's like Jara.
Yeah, she's like another cosplayer, but she
was mentioned way earlier in the episodes.
But she only buys her cosplay. She never like makes her own. She's like, oh, the official cosplay is very expensive, but it's not like perfect. I need to make it for me. And the only reason why she's asking him to make it for him is because she got caught in the rain, showed up to the shop, but it was all planned, right?
Yeah, she was going there to ask him to do the cosplay.
But she gets wet. Gramps is such a nice dude. Fucking, if he's not, the best side character of this show or this season, that should be a category. Crunchy Awards, best side character. But lets her in. She like washes her clothes and takes a shower. Gojo's like, yo, my grandpa got swindled. It's one of these new scams. Walks into her butt fucking naked, towels, obviously covering it enough.
Yeah.
But her bottom part is not covered. She trips and falls, which I'm surprised she didn't get hurt. And then just full spread eagle. And then he sees it. Luckily, his I should know this. I work in an optical center now. His iris covers that part. But the best part was what I sent you. Was that people were comparing it to the Guions of Lelouch to that on there.
I think the thing that got me is it flashes back and it's telling of what he saw because they're talking about Hinadol faces. And it's like, it's so smooth. And it's like, okay.
It's like, come on.
Because I was like, why is there such a random flashback?
Yeah.
And,
oh, my God.
Yeah, then it's like, oh, it's like, silky smooth.
Then this woman proceeds to blackmail, which is a fucked up move. It's like, I'll tell them.
Fair.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But the good thing is Gojo has got such a kind heart.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'll do it. Then he even offers to help pay for it at one point too. And it's like,
yeah, for the studio.
And it's like, then she's like, what? I blackmailed this? She hasn't told our main girl that she's blackmailed him, right? All she knows is that she's helping him. And then she's excited. She's like, we could maybe do a group cosplay together. Mm-hmm. It's like, no, fuck you.
Yeah, I think they're kind of on board with it now. Because we also do see in the opening, it looks like one of the characters she cosplays anyways.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of cool that at least when they tell you the characters, they actually animated part of that like character scene, which is cool in and of itself.
It was like, all right, so it's a 2022 anime, and sometimes you go back to a good 2003 anime art style. It's one of those like, look, guys, we could still totally have this art style. We've just gotten way better.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Listen, there was one point where oh no, it's when they go over to her house.
Marine's house?
Yeah, Marine's house. And
or Marin,
whatever.
Yeah.
We're just call her Marine now.
Kitagawa.
And he goes over to her house and she realizes she's not what you think she realizes she's not wearing a bra. I feel like she totally realized it, but she's just using the like she's like my contacts.
She just woke up.
Yeah. Runs to the door. Gojo's there, and then she's like, I forgot my contacts. And Gojo was definitely just like, tits. That something has awoken in that man. And then they have that little kind of like funsy date where she's like, oh my God, we're watching the show together.
Well, I mean, at first he's like super nervous.
Going into a woman's.
I'm in a girl's house. We're alone. And get to her room, opens it up.
Just lewd everywhere.
Yes.
He's like.
Immediately snaps back where it's like, oh yeah, she's a degenerate. This is her room.
Yep, this is definitely her. God, they're like, even when they're sitting on the couch, you just see posters of girls in like panties. It's like, wow, this woman.
Also, Jar, I'm just gonna call her by her nickname, the cosplay chick. She's like, oh, aren't you two dating? And he's like, no, and like runs away.
She's like,
oh.
This woman is totally in love with this man.
Mm-hmm.
Because he asked for nothing in return. He's just happy that she's happy on there. But she goes to make him food, and he is such a Chad. He's just like, you know what? I'm gonna eat this food anyways. It's good. That food is probably dog shit on there.
I would assume it was good. It just doesn't look appetizing.
Yeah.
It's
no Studio Ghibli food.
Yeah. It is funny how she's like, I'm going to make it say like love and all of that, and then it just absolutely fucks it and puts I'm sorry. She also does throw on the apron, and she's like, oh, I forgot to put on a bra. I don't think he noticed. And it's like, I don't think you noticed that he already knows.
Yo, when she's wearing that hoodie, top tier. Short shorts with a hoodie. Let's go. Oversized hoodie.
No.
Listen, some men fight for their country. I'll fight for that.
I know where you're going to be during World War III.
What's up, Japan? Sponsored by like Adidas on there. Like, fuck.
But yeah, it's the show's been really good. We do get introduced to the cosplayer's sister, who's like, oh, she's a year or like a year behind her. It's like, oh, it's just gonna be an even tinier version of her. Nope. She's much bigger. And
she is 5'8".
5'8" and probably has some like D's.
Yeah. But it's definitely that little sister like, because she knows how to use a camera.
Mm-hmm.
That interaction was pretty fucking funny. It's like, no, this is what she looks like. Nope, fucking giant.
And that's kind of where we left off, right?
I wanted to make the meme. You know the Mr. Incredibles meme? Where it's like the happy versus like the like ghost? Because Crunchyroll has a thing where you can't just screenshot it. It turns the screen black. I don't know what witchcraft they use for that. I want to make the meme of a homemade meal by Kitagawa-san. It's like, a homemade meal made by... Because he had that fucking snap reality of, I do not want her food. No. But I think it was so far this has turned out to be like one of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
It's definitely good. It's definitely one of the strongest shows. but it's not like another show that has the weakest Crest. Oh, let's fucking go. Fucking go.
Oh, sorry. I threw up in my mouth.
I think it's getting... I'm actually enjoying it. I actually enjoyed these 3 episodes.
I
think the part where those demons first show up through the portal in like, what was that, episode 6?
Yeah.
That was pretty much like, no, okay. Also got beef. Big beef. He gives her all those, what are they, the magic stones?
Oh, yeah. It's gone in an instant.
It's gone in like 2 fucking seconds. She's like, just in case I mess up. Wow. He's really taking care of everything.
The last one.
It's like, how did you go through a whole fucking cart of them? How?
Mm-hmm. That's there's so much happening so quickly that it's like, okay, it's really a waste. Because
they shouldn't have given her that big cart. What they should have done is given her like a bag of like 10. It's like, okay, then it makes it more realistic, because that scene seems like it's 5 minutes, but then they make her go through that whole cart of stuff and people are getting pretty worn out extremely quick. It's like, I feel like the premise of the show is they're going too quick. If they would have slowed it down, cut out some less important stuff, it could be way better.
Yeah. Like, there are some stuff about the show where it's like, oh, that's interesting. You know, you see just how quickly they're advancing because he literally has fucking XP share on them.
Yo, second tournament arc.
Yeah.
That lasted 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm. You have stuff that you think would take an entire episode, taking about 3 minutes. And like, even the final big battle, everything's coming down to this. It all gets like wiped away in 10 minutes. And it's like, whatever. I'm so glad we spent 5-6 episodes building to this one point.
You know what they should have done?
Whatever.
They should have cut out that little fight between the 2 schools, added more time for the fight with the monster, because they're trying to save it by this body can finally handle this. It's like, well, then the combat takes 2 seconds. You should have made it like, you know, by the time you get done with fighting that giant, I don't know, wolf thing, whatever the fuck call it, then you should have been like, okay, this body's ready for like middle tier combat type shit.
I would have even been fine with less of like the school stuff. It has an importance, though. You get like the first academy on their side. You don't ever see them again, where it's like, oh, they're helping somewhere. You don't fucking know.
Like maybe some of those students mixed in randomly our first academy.
Yeah, but you can't tell. And then when they need that big stone, like that 60, and they basically make a dragon, they could have cut that entire thing out. Just go down there and then have it like smash cut to them walking out with it. That would have been fine, and then let the bigger, more important fight stuff breathe.
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
that was a waste.
That's 2 scenes they could have cut. They could have even done a comedic effect with it. Like, what's the main guy's name again?
Sorry, I don't.
Whatever his name is.
Mattias.
So, because she calls him Maddie all the time. It's like, you couldn't have had him gone down, get the stone, and he comes back. It's like, Maddie, where have you been? Oh, I just slayed a giant monster to get this 60, size. What, that 10 seconds? Add more to the fight?
Yeah, especially because they do that. Like, in the last episode, they finally leave because they've accomplished their goal. The school, basically, it's like, here's a scholarship to go fuck off and do whatever you want, but you're still a student.
For diplomatic reasons. But it kind of makes sense. I mean, I'll give him that.
All 3 of the girls tag along with him. Makes sense. If one of them would definitely have to. Iris just couldn't be left alone at a school. She'd have to go along with him. She's a dragon who's too strong.
Also, where are all the adults in this whole situation for the town?
I have no idea. Oh, yeah, well, you cut over to them being scared because they're fucking pussies.
Well, no, but for a school with all these mages and stuff and high tier, they should have mixed in some more adults, even if they weren't, like, primary characters.
Yeah, because you would assume that, like, the school that is teaching all that magic would have a bunch more magic users, but for whatever reason, we're just seeing school students.
Well, even an offhand comment is we sent all the stronger mages to where we think they're going to show up, and then have these monsters actually appear right outside the town, and Maddie be like, oh, shit, they're here. Oh, you know what I mean? Then it would have given you some, like, filler back there. I think the comedy in it, when it's there, it's good. I did like the last episode where they go to this town, which is built on top of a dungeon, and Maddie's like, this is weird. Mm-hmm. Nowhere in my, thousands of years have I heard a town built on top of a dungeon, because that's already dangerous. It's like, okay, cool. Makes sense. And they do point out that the monsters are probably stronger because they're right on top of a dragon vein. Yeah. Because the lights are powered by dragon vein, which thank God there's no OSHA, because fuck me, lights are just blowing up on the street. 10 people were killed last year. Oh, fuck.
Didn't they say last week?
Was that last week?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it was like pretty significant, where it's like, then why do you let them be on?
Yeah, like you would think something else would be there. But you did point out the at least cool thing of like, there's no way this is here in a normal person's like that. Because they all say the last Lord was great, but this one died mysteriously. It's like, it's a demon running this. It's got to be.
Mm-hmm. Either that or someone who's having their strings pulled by a demon.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that the last episode, I think, was a good episode. Mm-hmm. I think they did some fantastic stuff. The townsmen are hurt. They need to join the guild. And they're like, oh, we can save everybody. And it made sense. There was enough people to help everyone.
And they do a good job there. It's just annoying that we have to get to episode 7 for things to be like, oh, now you're doing things good.
Well, it seems like in the first 4 episodes we watched, there was like one good episode, but then it was too rushed. It was way too rushed in 6. Cut out stuff from 5, make 6 longer.
Yeah, I mean, because even the big joke, reading some of the comments were like, are we speedrunning an isekai?
Did you see episode 6? Someone's like, upvote this if you watched it in 1 minute. It's like, yep.
Because normally the character like leaving the school and all of that would be the end of the season to move on to their new journey. That was episode 5 or like episode 6. So like they're going so fast that what would be the normal is literally half the time.
Because we picked up the manga. I mean, we didn't buy it. I should say
you just flipped through it.
I flipped through volume 4, and I'm like, oh, we haven't met this character yet. If we meet that character in this season, they're just speedrunning it. Yeah, because it didn't look that fast paced in the manga.
They definitely got to like volume 3. Yeah,
they had to, because the thing is, volume 1 and 2 weren't there because we were at Barnes and Nobles. Please sponsor us. Yeah, it was. If they get, so you saw the character I pointed out, right? In volume 4? Yeah. If that character shows up in this show before this season ends, the show is just going to end at like a 5 rating. What's 5? Is it okay? Or 6 okay?
5 is average. They don't have okay. They have average, fine, good.
Because I think right now the show is sitting around, a 6?
6.3.
It's probably going to end at a 5, depending how, listen, I've seen some rush shows, Promised Neverland Season 2. This seems to be going a little bit faster.
Yeah, and the last episode, it was definitely interesting, where at least you're getting
a good plot.
Yeah, a plot that is starting to exist. There were, a plot in the first 6 episodes.
Well, they even killed that monster in 2 seconds. They did what we said. Have him walk into the cave, kill the monster, come back out.
Yeah, and that's supposed to have been a monster that is like...
It took out 30 people.
Mm-hmm. And it's only level 10 kind of thing. It's like, okay, that's real cool. I do find it kind of humorous that the innkeeper just assumes that it's only the girls and he's just like the healer. And it's like, I mean...
You would assume wrong.
You guys are dead wrong. Also, you're going to die. It's like someone's going to die soon. Because it ended with them being tracked by 2 other adventurers. They were being stalked by someone.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it ends for us.
So, I mean, maybe let's say if these next couple episodes end good, maybe there's a chance for a season 2.
I mean, look, realistically, I'll probably get a season 2 anyways.
Yeah, just because I don't know. You never want to go into a show hoping oh yeah, we're halfway through. It's going to get a season 2. Just let it be what it is, Like Shield Hero, let them take their time because Shield Hero is almost 4 years? Yeah. Assassination Classroom? That got announced season 2, Assassination Classroom key visual.
No.
I thought they announced season 2.
No. Classroom of the Elite.
Oh, assassination. Oh yeah, what? Sorry, listen. This is middle of the day for you. This is late for me. Fuck you.
It's 9 o'clock.
Listen, man.
But,
you know what my boy Hugo 65 would say?
Another blunt roll.
No, we're gonna talk about Bisco now.
Yeah, Sabikui Bisco.
Dude, this show is
fever
fucking,
dream of a show.
This show is so fucking good. Did you see what I wrote down? Episode 5, 1.1 thousand upvotes, not a single downvote. Not a single fucking downvote, because that episode 5 was so much fun to watch. Here we go. We'll start each episode. Hugo, is it Hugo 65? Yep. For episode 5, he wrote, "No blunt today, so I stuffed a raw cone. Have a great day, my fellow stoners." The real MVP. Hang on, let me just read all of his real quick. So episode 6, "Yes sir, back again. Fat blunts rolled. Smoke up, my stoners. Be safe and have a great day." Episode 7, "We back. Fat blunts in the air. My guys, enjoy your week. Be safe and smoke on." He is the top comment every single week.
7 weeks running.
7 weeks running for Bisco.
Yeah.
You can tell he hasn't watched the episode yet, where like the second most upvoted comment was, "Where's Hugo at?"
Mm-hmm.
No, so episode 5, we find out the kids have guns, and there's a reason why they got guns. It kind of got dark. So they get stopped by these kids with guns because they're in a place where food and water is hard to get, and no one would travel through this unless they had some other thing, right? Then you find out all these kids' parents, they live like this because their parents are in the city making money, forced to wear those bunny hats. They were like forced to wear weird hats. It's like, oh, those bad guys aren't bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's that quote from Wreck-It Ralph. Just because you're a bad guy doesn't mean you're a bad guy.
They're Kurikawa's
henchmen.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel so bad for those kids. I'm like,
by the way, Jobby gets caught because he pretends to be one of those henchmen.
Oh yeah, he's like snaps. Everyone takes a knee, and Jobby's like, I mean, it was smart. What he did, I don't know. I love this show. Like the opening, it's just crazy. Like you're watching the opening, and you're like, there's no way whales fly. Then you find out there's giant puffer fish that fly, and you're like, I guess we're gonna get flying whales. That's got to pop up at some point. Like someone just smoked the blunt and was like, so what's the premise of the show? 2 guys get on a crab and travel across the country shooting at mushrooms. What?
This is based on a light novel, by the way.
It's good. I think the fights, like they have because episode 5 built up a lot of the details you needed from the show. Like, why do the henchmen help? Well, the henchmen help to get medicine for these kids, and the doctors lie to them saying it's rust because no one knows. And then, of course, it's shellfish infection. It's basically shellfish are growing on their like hands. And, of course, Panda or Milo is like, no, you can treat it with this, and gives the little girl the, antidote for it, how to synthesize it. I'm like, Panda's the real MVP of this show. Like, really cares, good doctor, ask for nothing in return. They're like, what can we give you? It's like, can I get my friend back? And of course, Akebi, what's his name?
Just say Bisco. His name is Bisco.
So Bisco, because he got put in jail, and of course, that one kid, I love him, bless his heart. He's like, oh, you're a mushroom keeper? Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. He's like, yo, kid, I'm a prisoner. He's like, oh, right. Hey, you want this map? It's like, what the?
Gives him the map, and he's like, I gotta pee. Like,
it's like, can you not escape? Okay. And then, of course, he escapes. Boop. But they do point out the main kid kind of running the show. He has like 2 spears on the wall. And Bisco and him have a talk. And it's like, what are those? Oh, it's my dad's. And, of course, Bisco breaks out because the pufferfish attack. They're like, not supposed to be here till winter. It's the middle of summer. And, of course, Bisco's over there like,
climate change. I do like how they give the climate change thing where it's like, oh, okay.
Speaking the truth over here. It was fun. It was a fun fight watching him like jump, take out all the pufferfish on there. So they're never going to have the problem again. Maybe their parents will come back because now they have, because the thing is, we were rooting for him to kill like the bunny people. Like, hell yeah, they're kicking their ass. Now it's like, ooh, they're just trying to save their kids from dying.
Yeah, that's the kicker, isn't it? There's always someone behind the mask, and you just gotta deal with it, I guess.
Sorry, I'm trying to look up her name. Because basically, I know we're kind of going down the episodes for this one, because every episode's its own fucking thing. But I love how, what was it? They go to some cold part of whatever, and you see the down helicopter, and I'm like, what is this? Then and of course, Bisco and Milo are on the crab. They're like, you see that rabbit over there? And I'm like, do you guys not see like the fucking periscope sticking out of the fucking like snow? It's like, shoot the rabbit. Shoots, misses, and of course.
By the way, that's not a periscope. That was a rocket launcher.
Yeah. But like when I wrote it down, I was like, oh, did not see that periscope sticking out there? Because at first I was like, that's one of them. That's one of the rabbit people in disguise. It's like, nope, was the actual rabbit. Then you find out that it's her. What's her name? They actually said her name, and I just can't find it here.
So she was initially referred to as like Squid Girl.
Squid Girl. Then she lied and said her name was Jellyfish.
Yeah, and it's Ochigama Tyrol.
Tyrol?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna call her Jellyfish.
Yeah, that's
I mean, it fits better on her. Yeah. But they find Jellyfish and they save her yet again. And the show has gotten a little bit darker again. She's like, there's really no point in living. If you guys haven't come along, I would have died. Probably a nice, peaceful life already. And then Bisco has that thing of like, don't give up on life. Fuck you. Someone that wants to die doesn't react like this when someone's like trying to be.
Because he burns her with a
heater thing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to see like them getting closer together. Her realizing she kind of wants to live.
Later, she also does make a comment where it's like, same. She's like fixing stuff and talking about her old past, and she's talking about a job working on trains and stuff. And she's like, yeah, it was basically slave labor, but the pay was good. It's like, yeah, same. So
I love her whole thing of like put in 300 yen. No one deals with old coins because they're trying to get the train started back up. It's like, don't worry, I have a solution. I'm like, oh, she's gonna have 300 yen. Opens it up and starts rigging the train. Oh, you just gotta push this lever down. Then she's like hot wiring shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, that's when she starts talking about how she knows how to do it all.
Yeah.
And we're definitely going to run back into her probably within the next 2 episodes.
I feel like it's getting really real, really quick because you had the serious conversation. And even when they're fighting on the train because they're trying to escape, they throw the engine. They run into the giant monster they just found out that
has the rust eater.
And they think, like, first Bisco's like, this isn't rust eating because he eats it. But then they find out blood activates it. Yeah, and then they do put that one offhand comment, like, you would sacrifice another mushroom grower just to activate these. I'm 100% convinced the bad guy, what's his name?
Kurokawa.
Kurokawa is the mushroom whatever keeper from the village with the experiment. And gave everyone
which we haven't talked about that.
Yeah. Basically,
Pao.
Pao.
Yeah. She is going after Milo.
Oh, man, I've completely forgot about the guys that jump off the roof.
Yeah. She like comes across a body, another body falls, and then
there's a giant fucking spider up there.
Old couple there. She saves them by killing this giant fucking spider. Big pull to the face. Woo! That metal beam is so fucking.
It's just a blunt beam object. It's like, I guess there's no better way of fighting, which is a blunt beam.
Unfortunately for her, it basically turned out that the old people that she saved were totally not worth saving because they're like murderers and shit.
What episode was that? Was that
5, 6?
This is what I wrote.
5.
What I wrote? These old people are actually nice. I thought they were going to trick her. That harpoon is foreshadowing. Then we come back to the old people. I'm like, these old people really are nice. Oh shit, these old people are fucking fucked up. They're creating zombies.
Yeah. And
you go from nice old people to she's drinking something random, and I'm like, there's got to be something in that. Then it just cuts to another scene of them helping her. I'm like, I guess I shouldn't judge a book by its cover. Then it's like, nope, I should have totally judged that book by that cover.
Yep. They both end up dying because the old couple like blows themselves up because they basically got caught at that point, and they know that she could fucking kill him, and then she moves on. Oh man, she knows how to make an entrance and be real inconvenient because the Rust Eater appears.
She's finding them, dude. It's like a giant worm with mouths on both sides.
Imagine being like a mile long.
Yeah,
it's massive.
It's like a millipede, but instead of like legs, it's all human hands. I'm like,
hands and legs.
It was like, ugh.
Yeah, mouths on both sides and flies in the air.
She gets knocked out way too easily.
Yeah,
like there's scenes where like she gets thrown through a like brick wall and she's fine. She gets grabbed by this thing and she's like come on, like, don't be a little bitch.
And they eventually stop it. They kill the Rust Eater.
It was a cool fight.
Yeah, especially because like it forces Pow to realize that Bisco like is trying his damnedest to make sure Milo's like alive.
Yeah, actually isn't tricking him. The Milo dude, I thought that dude was gonna fucking sacrifice himself. I thought that's where it was
Crab
going.
Lost an arm. Got turned down by another big crab girl.
Girls don't like small pinchers.
Yeah.
God.
This is a good joke. But they the Rust Eater, they only take like one mushroom, which is at some point you, especially while synthesizing, you totally just should have taken a bunch, right? Instead of just the one.
I wonder if they only showed the one, but they have a whole bunch.
Well, no, because he only made two. And then it was like, oh, you should have grabbed like a couple. Like,
I guess in his mind, he just could have stayed there all day picking it.
Yeah.
Which is awfully convenient that like they tracked him down to there.
I'm assuming it's because Kurokawa knows that that's where Rust Eaters like to reside.
Yeah, so he just keeps going there.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, that airship I didn't notice right at first, but when it looks down, it's made out of something.
Yeah, it's like a giant slug thing.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It was weird because now his sister is... So after that, she goes back to the city to play off like... So they're trying to make it so the bad guys don't know that they have an antidote or they know that the rust eating thing works.
Mm-hmm.
So she goes back. All of her men have been turned into like zombie things.
Yeah, which is where you get the idea that Kurokawa probably knows mushroom stuff because he immediately identified it as the Rust Eater.
Yep.
And you get that background hint of like a...
The thing is, it was the same voice, but I thought they were doing that to trick me until we did the whole city thing. I'm like, oh, this dude is a mushroom. Yeah. Like he obviously is keeping the whole idea of the mushrooms. I wonder if like, when they spray the city, he has he has an antidote for the mushroom stuff. And I don't know. It's crazy. I think the show is great. I don't know what it has. Do you have my anime list up?
7.48.
I think it deserves higher. I think it is trippy enough. I think the
it's
art
good where
style.
It's at right now.
Yeah.
Depending on how it ends.
It has a very cool, unique art style. It's fun. The opening is fun. The characters are unique, especially Powell. His sister's art style, it just reminds me of the girl from Akebi Got Killed. So I was like, man. But it's fun.
She's hot.
That's true. She is hot. She's also a genocidal maniac. So, I mean, if you're into that.
It seems like Bisco might be.
Yeah. She's like, I thought you were cute. Bisco's like,
yeah, now that I see you up close, you're kind of cute. It's like, all right. Now that you guys aren't trying to kill each other, apparently trying to get into her pants.
He did see her for her own beauty, so I'm just saying. Also, there was that emotional thing, I guess, at the end where Bisco and
Pow is totally captured right now.
Yeah.
And so is Choppy.
Yep, because they have that TV broadcast, and I don't know if he killed him. At first, I thought Milo was going to kill him because he's like, oh, there's poison in this. But it's Milo just trying to make sure that he actually gets rest and he can actually fight. Is Panda going to fight or is he just staying?
No, he's going to fight.
Is Panda going by himself? That was a better question. Oh.
He was trying to knock out Bisco because Bisco's currently super wounded and they just wanted him to stay there. Milo was just going to leave and go back.
Yeah.
Which is a bad idea.
I'm excited to see what happens next because we're on episode 7. So we have, is there 11 episodes or 12? I don't know if they said. I think 12. It's 12. So what? One episode of him being there trying to negotiate. Another episode. So episode 8 would be him negotiating probably. Episode 9 would be Panda trying to fight.
Well, I don't think that's how that's going to be because I saw part of a preview and there was already some fighting.
Oh, I don't know because there's a lot. My guess is the last episode is them like restoring stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know. I'm just happy to see Hugo 65 every week now. I mean, what was it? Episode, 7. I don't think there was too much else for 7. The uniforms are pretty cool. You know who else's uniforms are pretty cool?
Dude, that's so bad. That was such a fucking softball that you fucked it up.
Fuck you. Listen, I still have a fucking problem with Sailor uniform. There are scenes where the animation is so fucking good, and then there are scenes where she is sitting there and the animation is such fucking dog shit. Like the number one scene that threw me off, I think, was episode 5, where she's looking like sideways, and for some reason she's just missing like under her lips. Did you see that?
No.
Oh. It just throws me off because like there's scenes where they draw their eyes so beautiful, and we talked about this last time. They cut to, they just cut to something random, and it's like, oh, the animation quality's dropped 100%. It can't be 100% all the time, but it's like at least give me like 60. Don't give me 20.
I haven't complained like at all where the animation dropped. I think you're too focused on it.
Well, I notice it though. I notice it. I mean,
you notice like that the quality can't stay like super high forever. Like when they do some of the punch ins or like the important stuff.
Give me a little bit more.
But there is a standard quality that I feel that they always go back to, and it doesn't drop beyond that. They even in these 3 episodes, I think it was 7, did a stylistic.
Oh, that was cool. That was amazing.
Yeah, but at no point do I ever feel like they've dipped below a level of quality.
Yeah, but it's still like throws me off quite a bit. There's a few scenes I'd have to pull them up. No, speaking of episode 7, though, you know what my big beef with that episode is?
You can't play an instrument?
I can play trombone.
When was the last time you played a trombone?
You want to go get it right now?
Trombone is dick.
Maybe that should just be a preview. No. Listen, I loved episode 7. I think it was a very cool, emotional episode. Like, actually really emotional. I don't say emotional, just be like, oh, it's like, it was. Like, you see someone, like, going through wanting to do something. They have the item that's just, like, that little push to do it. You know what I mean? And then she did it. She loves it. Now she's doing it more. So much so she doesn't even know that her roommates walked in. She's like, oh, fuck, when did you get in? No, it was when they're hiding under their piano and someone walks into the room from across the room like, did you not notice? How did you not notice them under the fucking piano?
Yeah, I mean, the piano doesn't sit that high.
But you're that far away. Like, that line it listened to.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll give the benefit of the doubt because at least in her case, she's walking into a room and immediately addressing an individual. So it's not like she looked around. It's like, how do you not notice? Listen,
there's
a bunch of stuff that sometimes you don't notice.
That's my last beef. That's because I'm fucking retarded, Justus. There was a
difference. So do you think in that scenario...
They're in a private all-girls school. They're smart. Some of them are. There's one that's not very smart.
No. They're in a private all-girls school because their parents have money.
Is that how that works? I thought it was based on grades.
No, private school. Excuse me.
Are they from, what is it, school number 1? They're not school number 2?
No, they're all school number 2.
Looking at you, weak as Crest.
They're definitely all lesbians, though.
Oh, my God. I thought that was going to be a confession scene. It's like, oh, my God. What's going on? It's like, can you get
My
me to
daily
be
life
friends.
is living in a lesbian dorm room. Like,
You haven't seen Citrus, have you?
no, it's on my watch list though.
It's a good show. It's just very lesbian. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It was like I fully thought they totally made you think that. Like, oh, they're gonna ask each other out. It's like, I can hear you over there. It's like, goddamn, shut up, Akebi.
Yeah, and of course it just turns out to be something super wholesome where it's like
I just want to
the
be
third
friends.
person appears and it's like, hey, she wants to be your friend, and it's like, oh, that's kind of nice.
It is cool seeing a lot of these girls that probably like, not saying because I don't know, like they seem like obviously her mother was rich, but then there's another thing of like they did make it not the rich type thing, it's the good at grades type of thing, because you do have that scene where she has the handkerchief, which is still wholesome of like, give it back to me when we see each other next, and like it is you. It's like, oh, like how sweet. Like y'all should be happy. Except for you, Bug Girl. What the fuck?
Why? What's wrong with her?
Bug Girl, listen, you deserve a better school.
Bug girls are freaks.
You should see her brother. She was in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, God.
What was his name? Weasels or something like that? No, but like all these episodes just kind of blended very well. I feel like Akebi, like if you were to binge it, would feel like one long story. Because everyone has their own, like, I love how every episode or every like half episode, because it's usually half episodes dedicated to one person, but it continues.
They do a great job of giving all of the characters time to breathe without feeling
Rushed.
Q has a little bit of a problem with it feeling a little kind of contrived.
Yeah.
But
listen, Crest, take some notes. Telling Weakest Crest to take some notes on pacing.
Yeah. And I did realize the main voice actress for Akebi is also one of the voice actresses in Q.
Oh, did you like kind of hear something similar? And then you thought,
yeah, and then I just looked at it because I was like, it seems familiar. It seems like I've seen her before. Yeah, she's one of the characters from Q. So
the thing is with Akebi, it's all about like adorable, wholesome. Like even the point where she invites the one blonde girl,
Erica.
Oh, that's right, because I made a Erica joke. There's a German song called Erica.
Oh,
she also has blonde hair and I think blue eyes or some shit like that. So it's pretty kind of on the nose. But no, when Erica goes to come over, well, forget about the fishing thing for a sec. It's like, oh, it's a tiny Akebi, and then she like her little sister's holding the little like what is it the
leaf,
the
banana
butter,
leaf or butter leaf or
it's like a butter something leaf over her head, which is bigger than she is, and she just runs over to her mom like, oh, that's exactly what a little kid would probably do in that situation.
Yeah.
Her little sister, oh my fucking God, she needs to stop sexually assaulting her sister. Please, little sister, don't say anything weird. Smacks her her butt, and it's like, well, it makes a weird noise when you do this.
Yeah.
I just thought about the SpongeBob meme just
that's what kids do though.
That's what?
I said that's what kids do though.
Yeah, I guess they find one thing and they're like, I know this one thing.
We also do get introduced to Hirawa.
Is that Guitar Girl?
No. Silver-haired girl, the short one that was trying to get... Oh, yeah,
the one that's like trying to get the soda at the... She's short.
I appreciated that they took the time to go back to her and that little moment where it's like, oh, did you achieve your goal today? She's like, no, but I'll try again. You know, I had help, and
it's so fucking wholesome.
Yeah. I appreciated that they add that extra scene existed to give more depth to the character.
How to and how not to help short people. Akebi sailor uniform. Like,
maybe don't do that.
Maybe just press the button for him.
I mean, ask if they'd like help before you just do it yourself.
Maybe ask, like, you want me to lift you up so you can press it? And be like, Make it a little more wholesome.
She very much went into, sorry, I have a little sister, to be used to it.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Yeah. No, I think...
it was wholesome.
The guitar one there was some very high animation quality in that.
Oshizu?
Yeah, because Akebi stumbles upon her one day in the park because Akebi is trying to be friends with everyone because I'm happy that they don't keep mentioning the idol thing now. Mm-hmm. They kind of grinded it into for 2 episodes. Then it's like she just wants to be liked. But she meets Guitar Girl. It's like, hey, what do you listen to? Blah blah blah. It's like, do you play any instruments? And then of course, like, someone might just panic and say, guitar. I play guitar. It's just kind of a panic thing. And then she learns to play guitar to impress Akebi. They have that whole scene where it's like, I really don't know how to play. I'm just going to leave. And then Akebi, being the good person she is, no, please play for me. Please play. Plays. Akebi claps. The girl finds out, it really is her passion. She loves it.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's kind of speeding through it, but it's like, you have to watch it. And it makes sense. Because they went through like basically a whole song.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even like a quick cut thing.
Yeah. And with the piano, I do like the animation change.
It was super cool. It was a nice, subtle but quick change to it on there. I mean, there's not much else in Akebi. I mean,
they did a good job fishing.
Oh, that's right. I said we'll come back.
Yeah,
dude. Sorry, I arrived a whole hour early, and she's in a wetsuit with the overalls. I'm like, why are you doing this for fishing? Also, she cast a reel and then set it back down, and then she started kicking the water. I'm like, don't kick the water when you're about to fucking fish. Listen, I've only been fishing a couple times, but it's like, come on.
Did you ever catch a fish?
I have. Caught a
big?
bass. I don't know. What about yeah, big? Listen, I'm gonna go fishing more this summer. I will say fishing's fun with friends. By yourself, I fucking hate it.
You got to get a license, don't you?
Yeah. But when, the last time I went fishing, I was a kid, so they don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe my dad.
But now you need a license.
Yeah, now they're like fucking hardcore. Like, where's your fucking license? I need to stop swearing. That'll be my thing. No, dude, that whole fishing episode also was just so wholesome. Like, Akebi.
Where's your license? License for these guns, sir. No, fishing's license. That's right.
Here you go, sir. No, it's all on your phone. You can do it all on your phone now.
Ooh, fancy.
I
remember when you'd have to go to, I think Walmart did it occasionally.
Yeah,
and
Walmart did any kind of hunting thing, so you could get your hunting license there.
Yeah, there was
I think they still have advertisements there. It's like $15 or $20, something like that.
There was a place in Perry that I knew to go to if I needed a fishing license.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We should go fishing sometime. No. That one, it's just, Akebi is all about adorable. The one scene where she thinks her friend is drowning, and Akebi, in the course of 1 second, just strips down to her bathing suit, swims out to get her because she doesn't know how deep the water is, grabs her, and it's like, I'm okay. I'm not drowning. It's like, oh, okay, let me go get dressed.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I love how, you know what? I wrote something. I was like, what a fucking dumbass when she goes to throw the line over the log again. It's like, come on. Don't be fucking dumb. But I mean, they're kids. At the end of the day, you got to realize, they're middle schoolers, right? I think is their grade right now.
Yeah.
They caught a fish. I guess that's the gist of that story. They made it seem way bigger than it was, but.
I fucked this. I was trying to look at the place.
I saw you go like this. Were you trying to zoom in real quick?
It zoomed out, and I was like, oh, no, bring me back.
No, I would say Akebi Sailor uniform probably sits at maybe like a 7.5 on my anime list.
Yeah.
Not that you should always go off.
7.54.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. It's fun to watch. It's enjoyable. It's something I would definitely consider buying on a Blu-ray. Not a box set, but probably buying on a Blu-ray.
Enjoy the markup.
Bisco, I would buy the fucking collector's edition. It probably comes with a blunt roller and everything.
You're going to be paying a pretty penny for Akebi.
Oh, why?
Guess who has the
Aniplex?
rights?
Fuck you. God, why is Aniplex so expensive?
Because they're mean. Meanie pants.
Was there anything else you wanted to talk about?
I can't believe fucking Classroom of the Elite is getting second season. That was one of those.
When did it come out? Here, I'll look it up. You talk about it because I think you enjoyed the show way more than I enjoyed the show.
So
it's good, but
look, it's fine. It was one of those it dropped at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. So I saw it right when it dropped, and it was just one of those it's been years. years. And no one ever really expected, like they were hoping.
It was that thing of like, it'd be cool if it got a second season, but it wasn't. If you go back and watch it, I would say Classroom of the Elite has
2017. It's been 5 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So randomly, no pre-warning, no pre-hype.
There was no hint of it.
It was
either.
literally for us here, 4 a.m. Classroom of the Elite season 2 announced. Like,
here's a key visual.
Yeah, key visual.
That's it.
I sent that to you. I also sent that to our friend Mark because I think he's seen it as well.
Yeah,
and dude, even the top comment on r/anime for it was literally like, "No fucking way."
Yeah, well, there's always that thing of like, I love how Classroom of the Elite season 2. Devil's a part-timer, season 2. Sorry, No Game, No Life. Because no Game, No Life
Tanya and Overlord as well.
Yeah, that's true.
And
I never thought Overlord would get another season after that clusterfuck of a last season. Like, I don't know if it was a budget thing or they just didn't care. Because there was... Listen, CG can't always be good. But holy fucking shit, that was bad. Like, we're talking Berserk 2017 bad.
Yeah. By the way, just because I'm on r/anime right now, My Dress Up Darling has seen a huge boost in its popularity. It has sold over 506,000 copies since the anime started. So in 7 weeks, 500,000 copies. We
were talking about that at work. I have a few coworkers that started watching it. If you look at the non-sequel anime polls, it's like sitting in spot number 1 constantly.
Yeah.
Because it's good.
Attack on Titan fans are in shambles right now.
What?
It's some of those polls for like anime of the week has My Dress Up Darling above Attack on Titan.
Listen, I'll say for Attack on Titan, so they split into 2 parts, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first part was all about let's have a big fight, all this going on. Second part, they have a small little fight, but they're in the manga, there's a whole bunch of story that goes with it. And they're doing it the order that they did it in the manga. So it's like, you have to do that story. So you're not going to get a huge fight like Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer was meant, because the Entertainment District is the shortest arc.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you can get away with doing 5 episodes of fights and make it really, really good. Attack on Titan, you can't, because this is how it ended. Like the beginning and the middle of Attack on Titan, huge fights, big story, everything's cool. The end of it, you're wrapping up a story.
Mm-hmm.
Think of Lord of the Rings, the last little bit, like the last 40 minutes of the movie is like dialogue and shit. So.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think I posted, hang on 1 second. I think I had something on Discord that I posted in the anime only thing.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, Fullmetal Alchemist launches a new 20th anniversary project. There's a key visual of Scar, live action, going like this.
Well, you lost me at live action.
No, it's not actual live action, but it's like it looks like a person. So we don't know what the 20th anniversary. Listen, the live action of Fullmetal Alchemist, they did it wrong. It was done. It's not like it was bad. If you know the story, it was cool to see the characters again. But if you were going to make it like a live action thing, why not just do a live action show?
Yeah.
But to be fair, I wonder if people would actually watch it and dedicate the time to it. Because they'd have to recreate 52 episodes, which is not, easy for live action.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I wonder if they're going to either do I hope to God they don't do a sequel to it. Like, what happens after the fact? It'd be cool to see what, Ed does after, because supposedly after Ed goes to other countries, discovers new forms of transmuting, which isn't alchemy, so he can still transform stuff, but not the alchemy way. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, this was a fun week of shows.
Yes.
Now, next week, we have to watch Platinum Ends.
Oh, I thought it was getting so good.
Have you watched any of the new episodes?
No.
Listen, one's really good, one's like me.
Yeah. But that will be for next week. Thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.